All right. Whew, holy cow. Wait, it says that some of our destinations have errors. Is that just the Instagram? Want me to show what they are? Or can you see it? You can see it on your end? Okay, I can't see how many people are in the room though until we close it. So there could be thousands of people in here. There could be millions of people in this room, but I wouldn't know it because of the error message. Oh, okay. 1822. I'm gonna guess 2200. It's amazing. Hello, everybody. I will see comments if you post them. Let me go ahead and move this down. I got 5,400 people. I think that's what it means, right? When it says 5,400. Okay, I write my own narrative and believe the narrative I write. 7,100 people. Holy cow. Hey, Brad. Hey, Jason. Hey. Does that say spoon bad? Yeah, no problem. I had more fun than anybody this weekend at the Handbrake. I think I had more fun finishing top 10 than the person that won. So let's see here. All right. Let me know. Are you all on Facebook or YouTube? Please let me know which one you're on and how goes it. And thank you on the congrats. And I got a cool announcement, so nobody leave before you get the announcement. Holy cow, it's Walt Disney. Wait a second. Walt Disney, please tell me the cryogenic freezing work, because I'm like going to sign up for this. YouTube Fused. Anybody here on Facebook? If not, it's no big deal. Wait, there we go. I just got the first Facebook person. No, someone said they weren't on they didn't get in Facebook, but they found me on YouTube, but it was probably because I logged in late, but I was just double checking. All right, we got Facebook. All right, y'all don't need to let me know anymore. We got it. All right, 122 people. Everybody's here for this Walt Disney's cryogenics worked. Actually, sadly, I know far too much about this. But Walt Disney has not been cryogenically frozen, but Ted Williams has. That's real. He's with a company called Alcor out of California. Now, whether they can bring him back is highly doubtful, but that's worth a shot. Should you wait to get the ice cream first? Nick, you can go ahead and get the ice cream. It's going to be a few minutes. Let a few more people come in the room before I make this big announcement. Boy, is it a big announcement. Well, I hope you all agree with that, because it might be one of those things where I've built it up so big that even though it's cool, it doesn't live up to the hype. So I found Bigfoot. No, I didn't find Bigfoot. But I did find my yellow force in the tree on hole 1 at the Brent Handbrake. Someday Walt will return to us. New at the clinic at Akron is great help. The third meeting helped in Columbus. It did. Everything helped. All right, love myself. Thank you. Big announcement. The Tour Series lots is for sale. That's not the announcement, but there are Tour Series lots available. All right, we'll give it 2 more minutes. Winning Mega Millions. Are you kidding me? If I won the Mega Millions, you think I'd be on here? I'd be too good for all of you. You'd be so far beneath me. I would refer to you as the little people. Well, I wouldn't actually do that, but that'd be kind of fun to do for like a day. Just be like, for one day, just be a complete ass. Like, I'm rich. I don't got to be nice. No, just kidding. Okay, you enter the seats. Okay, you got 1 more minute, and then we'll make the announcement. And it's not just an announcement. I'm actually gonna spare y'all something, because I made an announcement on Instagram. Don't spoil it if you were on Instagram earlier, but I learned something very important about my audience on Instagram. All right, here we go. Ready for the big announcement? The big announcement is I have Texas smoky flavored Stokely sauce. It's smoky flavored barbecue sauce. under a brand called Stokely Sauce. I now sell barbecue sauce, and that's my face on the barbecue sauce bottle. And not only do I have Texas Smoky and the letter D, I also have Carolina vinegar. And I have Kansas City sweet. And I have California spicy. And don't anybody start with California's not like they don't know barbecue. California is no barbecue. It just tastes different. But yeah, so I now am in the barbecue sauce business. And I'll first tell you, you can buy the sauce at scottstokely.net. They're absolutely fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because I'm selling and profiting off of them. Although if they tasted horrible, I would probably say they tasted good. No, I wouldn't. I still couldn't do it. But yeah, I'm in the barbecue sauce business, everybody. Stokely Sauce. The way it's set up right now is you can get all 4 bottles for less than $30 for 4 bottles, which is about store price, maybe a little bit less, but you got to pay shipping, so it's comparable. You can buy the bottles for $10 a piece, but I would suggest trying them all. So basically, here's how this all worked. A person got a hold of me, exchanged some messages, got my phone number, called me on the phone and said, "Hey, Scott, how would you like to have your face on barbecue sauce?" And I said, "Yes." And then he said, "Well, wait a second. We still need to discuss how much we'll need to pay you to put your face on barbecue sauce." And my response was, "Yes." Like, it's just so weird and so ridiculous, the thought of having my face on barbecue sauce, that when we got to the negotiation portion of it, like, I pretty much lost all leverage because I started the conversation with, "I don't care how much money I make or how much you pay me. Yes, I want my face on barbecue sauce. It's just far too weird to not do." Now, somewhere this turned into them putting my face on barbecue sauce and paying me royalties and me purchasing 3,000 bottles of barbecue sauce to sell in my store. So, yeah, I'm not sure how that works. But I have thousands of bottles of barbecue sauce in our warehouse ready to ship. And it's all at scottstokely.net. And remember, the bottles, D, I, S, C. Those are the letters on each of the 4 bottles. I have no idea what they spell because I dropped out of school in the 10th grade to play Frisbee for a living. But I think they spell a word. And if these 4 are successful and people decide they want to start collecting the bottles or something like that, then I might release 4 additional flavors with 4 other letters. I don't know what those 4 letters would be, but I can't even think of what the next word might be. But that's the idea as of now. Now, here's what I learned earlier. I wasn't aware of this, but I had this big plan that I was going to come on Instagram earlier, Facebook tonight, and I brought with me roasted chicken, and I poured all the different barbecue sauces in these little bowls, and I was going to eat chicken live on the internet and tell everybody how delicious they were. And everybody was going to say, "Wow, look at how much fun he's having eating chicken with barbecue sauce. I need to buy mine now." That's what I thought was going to happen. And I wasn't wearing my glasses because I was eating. And so I started eating and pouring the sauce and making a mess. And then when I looked back up, 80% of the people in the room had left. And that's when I realized, who would have known that watching someone eat chicken on the internet, probably the least entertaining thing on the internet. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and saying there's nothing less entertaining on the internet than watching someone eat chicken. I just wasn't aware of that until about 2 hours ago. So I won't do that to any of you. Thank you, Instagram, for letting me beta test my theory. Oh, someone ordered. Sweet. Awesome. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put these here in front of me. And now we can just chat and have fun with a live stream. I won't talk about barbecue sauce the whole time. But I will tell you that these are all award-winning sauces. They are really good. I didn't create any of them. I wanted so badly to like put out a video where I was like in this laboratory or this big, industrial kitchen making my secret family recipe barbecue sauce, and I couldn't do it because that would be way too blatant of a lie. Like I don't mind embellishing, it's marketing, but I couldn't make myself say that I invented these sauce recipes. I wanted to so badly, but I couldn't. But here's what I learned about the barbecue sauce industry. Those people that travel around the country doing like those barbecue sauce, the cook-offs, and they win the awards. Well, when your sauce wins an award or multiple awards, that recipe's worth more money. So that's one of the things you earn with these awards is you can now sell your recipe for more money. Well, the company that manufactures the sauce for me is using recipes that have won awards. So we actually paid a pretty penny for these recipes because these are award winning. So this sauce did beat all the other sauces at a bunch of major barbecue competitions. And we paid for it. The other thing I'll tell you, and then I'll stop talking about barbecue sauce the whole time. Ketchup, vinegar, and mustard, you're close. It's not too far off. I learned. It's all about ratios. That's the big difference. The one thing I did do is that it was like, I couldn't order enough to get the price any lower. Like I'm never going to be able to wholesale these in the stores. I'm paying a lot per bottle. It's like $4 and change per bottle is what I'm paying. And then I got to pay for warehousing, shipping, and distribution, blah, blah, blah. So no way I'm going to wholesale these. But one of the decisions I made when I purchased them, even though it would have been a lower price, is there's no high fructose corn syrup in these. There's no garbage in these. This is natural. And I know natural doesn't automatically mean healthy. Refined sugar ain't good for you. But it's not refined sugar like Pixie Sticks and you're just, spiking your insulin. There's sugar in some of the sauces. But it is sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup, which is definitely better. And I think I paid about $1 a bottle to not do high fructose corn syrup. But I just couldn't stomach the idea of selling that garbage to anybody. So this is not high fructose corn syrup. It's real sugar. The sauces are great. We'll have minis for sale. Someday I'll have minis for sale. You're from Texas. Okay, Texas. We got the mesquite flavor. Texas smoke is really good. Now a Disc Golf Pro and a Dip Golf Pro. Ooh, I like that. A Dip Golf Pro. It's better than I've been called a dip something before. But yeah, we'll have minis available. Are any of these vegan? I think they're all vegan. Let me see.
No high fructose corn syrup.
No high fructose corn syrup.
Did you say that already?
Yeah.
They're all natural.
They're all natural. I think aren't they all vegan? Is there anything in there that's animal products? I don't think that.
Toss me one over.
There's pictures of the labels.
Yeah, the nutrition information.
All the nutrition information. We actually have real official labels because it's a food product. So you got all the nutritional information, ingredients list. And they have to be vegan. I would think because, like in California, they don't put barbecue sauce on meat. They put it on kale. When you go to a barbecue joint, that's what you get out there. You get kale with barbecue sauce in a lettuce wrap. Sounds terrible, but it's delicious. I'm sorry, California, but y'all eat weird.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
You can't see. I don't see anything that breaks the vegan thing. But I think the ingredients listed in scottstokely.net. Yeah, they are gluten-free. Are these new glasses I'm wearing? Okay, so check this out. I upgraded because I have always bought dollar store glasses because all I need is these cheap readers. And since I lose and break my glasses every 2 to 3 days, I buy 10 pairs at a time. Once a month, I go through 10 pairs of dollar store glasses. But I lose them, I step on them, I break them, I leave them in restaurants, they fall out of my golf bag. It cost $1. No big deal. Well, I went big this time. These right here. These are Dollar General 3 for $10 glasses. Yeah, someone over here is balling on the Pro Tour. So these are $3 new glasses. Let's see, you have some great barbecue tofu. You have to press it, then freeze it. It gets a real solid texture. Hey, I got the sauce for you. You just ordered a Gateway mystery box. Do you throw in a Gateway besides the Wizard? Yeah, I will be coming out with the Assassin next. That's the next Tour Series disc. The Assassin is a fantastic disc. I use it for rollers and my real extreme hyzer flips. Family Dollar, 3 for $12. No, that's a little bit hoity-toity for me. I got the 3 for $10 glasses, 3 for $12. What do you think? I play ball golf or something? Crazy talk. All right. Executive Deluxe Dollar General glasses. No, they're not Executive Deluxe Dollar General glasses. They're Executive Dollar General glasses. They're not deluxe. I don't buy the $3 or the $12 pack. For the love of God. I don't play ball golf. I play disc golf. All right. Let's see. Sorry we can't order. Ben's allergic to a couple of the ingredients. Well, I guess the question is, how much do you really care about Ben? By the way, what if Ben's really sick and I just said like the most horrible thing ever? Okay, so please, if that actually like was like the wrong thing to say, just I'm an idiot. Please forgive me. Let's see. Holy cow, 300% increase. That means 300% increase in pay. That would be dope. Yes. I probably do have a 300% increase in pay. I'm not struggling. I'm actually making really great money, which I don't mind at all. I paid my dues for decades. I slept in rest areas and I counted change to get to the next town, to the next tournament. Not once, like repeatedly for years. So I'm making good money now, but I don't mind a bit. Oh, they're talking about Ben Calhoun. Oh, I love Ben. Okay, so, Flea. Okay, gotcha. I should have actually picked that up because I saw the Flea part. I just didn't make the connection. So Benson, well, I happen to know for a fact you care dearly about Ben, so that's okay. You don't have to buy it. Barbecue tofu should also be illegal. No way. Barbecue tofu is great. How many do you need to order to get me to do a clinic in Austin? I did a seminar in Austin, but I will not be in Texas again for at least a year and a half. I am just so like I'm booked through October, and then I'm leaving the country for at least a year at that point. All right, so let's just go through some questions. Love seeing you throw it. Oh, you saw the 300-foot 360 forehand. Yeah, that was legit. I've never thrown a sidearm father without weird wind conditions ever in my life. I cannot believe I did that at 52 years old. I mean, like you can perform well at sports at 52, but the farthest, the strongest, the heaviest, the longest distance, I mean, those things don't usually happen when you're in your 50s, when you've been doing something your whole life. I have no idea where that came from, except I think my form's good. Let's see, Billy Donovan. Let's see, I see a GoFundMe. Let's see, dude, that's amazing. First of all, thanks for all the time and videos taught to forehand. Growing from there. Second, you going to D-Glow? Of course I'll be at D-Glow. I'll be at D-Glow practicing the course tomorrow. Let's see, which is your favorite Tour Series disc? I love them all. I mean, they're all my Tour Series discs. I mean, I'm partial to the Berg. I just got to, like, the Berg is just the disc that allowed me to be a finesse player for the first time in my life. So I do love the Berg. Favorite Castaplast disc I don't throw. I don't know. I mean, I've thrown a lot of them, but the ones, I mean, I like them all. I mean, none of them are bad, but I just kind of stuck with the ones. But I haven't. It's been years since I've thrown a Castaplast disc, other than the ones that are my tour discs, because those are the ones that I'm throwing. Let's see.
I'm ready to get the sauce again.
Oh yes. Okay, talk about the sauce. Right here, right there. Hold on, I gotta lower this thing. Hold on a second. I don't know what I'm doing. I've only started this social media thing last week. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. All right. This is, I'm missing a sauce. Missing one of the letters. This is Stokely Sauce. Texas Smoky. Carolina Vinegar. Kansas City Sweet. And California Spicy. By the way, the California Spicy actually does have a little bit of bite to it. Like, it's not super intense spicy, like if you're looking for something mega spicy, you know, if you're really into spicy stuff, you know that sauces at restaurants, unless it's like a Thai place or an Indian place, and you tell them to make it 10 out of 10, you know it's not actually spicy. Maybe like one flavor of wings at a wing place sometimes. It's not bad. But it has a little bit of a bite to it. It is not spicy. It's a little spicy. But these are available at scottstokely.net. You can buy all 4, and oops, that doesn't look good. And I hope y'all check them out. I mean, they're really delicious. Let's see. Any chance you get more flavored status with Gateway, since they may have some recent issues with another sponsoree? That's all I'm saying about that. Favored status. Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and address this real quick. You're talking about Nico and the incident in Europe. And the only thing I will say about this is that Nico's my friend and he's a good guy. I like Nico. I like Nico a lot. He treats people very well. He has a lot of people that will tell you stories about things he's done for them and how good he's been to them and how good he's been to their kids. He's a good guy. I wish those things didn't happen because they're not happening to one of the bad guys. I mean, it's not happening to him. He's, he's doing or has done these things, but he's a good guy. And so I just hope that he isn't defined by this, and I hope he gets a path back, because if he does what he needs to do to take the time off to figure things out and comes back and is doing things right, not starts, he's, but if he does things the right way, I hope everybody just can let this stuff go, because he's going to face a punishment for it. But once he's served his time, then he should get a path back. Nico's a good dude. All right. Oops. Let's see. Let's see. Where are we? An episode of Hot Ones. Yes. I want to be on an episode of Hot Ones. I kind of vaguely know what the show is. Write the show, everybody. Tell them to put me on it, although I don't know. I wouldn't have time to do it. But I would do it for sure. I'm actually going to be doing the one chip challenge with some people. I don't want to spoil who it is, but it's a 9-hole pros versus Joes type of thing, where we play 6 holes or 5 holes, and then we do the one chip challenge, and then we play the last 4 holes after eating the one chip. If you're not familiar with the one chip challenge, I did it once before. It's a chip that is just like it's a potato chip covered in a layer of Carolina Reaper or Ghost Pepper. I'm not sure which one, but resin. It's not funny. It sucks. It's horrible. It's like, when I did it, the only way I can describe it is, it's not like afterwards everybody's like, ha, wasn't that funny? We did that thing. It was horrible. Like, nobody laughed about it. It just sucked. I got challenged to do the one chip challenge by a couple of people. I said absolutely flat out, no, not a chance. I'm not an idiot. I've done this. I'm way too old. I'm way too mature. I'm not doing it. And then they dared me. Shit. Okay, I'll do it. Like, what are you going to do? I was dared. So I'm going to be doing that sometime soon here. It pisses me off, though. I'm still mad at them for it, but I'm like, not going to turn down a dare, obviously. I was raised in the 70s. All right. Good. I'm glad you like Nico, too. He's a good dude. People make mistakes. It happens. All right. We're all human. Good. The thing about Nico, that's not cancel culture. Cancel culture is not about when someone does something wrong and they get in trouble for it. This has nothing to do with someone not matching your exact ideology, and therefore you're demonized because you don't toe your party's line. It's not cancel culture. He did something wrong. He's going to pay for it. Hate cancel culture too, but that's not what this was. But he's human, and he's a good dude. All right. Had to have been triple dog. Congratulations on the new venture. Stay saucy. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. I hope you eat sauce. I hope you eat Stokely barbecue sauce. I almost said hope you eat Stokely sauce. Didn't realize that probably didn't sound the way I intended. I hope you eat the Stokely barbecue sauce that happens to be called Stokely sauce. There we go. Whew, dodged that bullet. Wait, hold on a second. It's after 10 p.m., right? Swallow Stokely sauce. Hey, does Stokely signed disc come with the 4-pack? As a matter of fact, I have signed Tour Series Lewis at scottstokely.net. So yes, you'll have to buy it, but I have those discs available. You have to go. One of them actually is clicked. It says signed. Triple dog dare you. Yeah, you didn't have to. They dared me. If I had said no and they double dog dared me, I would have taken that. What's my favorite disc back in the 2004 to 2005-ish era? That's easy. That's a floppy disk with pictures of pretty girls on it. I wasn't playing golf back then. I was running internet businesses out of my basement. So my favorite discs were 1.4 megabyte floppy disks with pretty girl pictures. It's after 10 p.m. All right. People be super harsh on Nico. Yeah, and is that wrong? I mean, if you're a public, so here's the thing I've learned, and I believe, if you are a public figure, whether you want to be or not, if you choose a career that makes you a public figure, there's a trade-off that comes with that. And one of those trade-offs is you are under the microscope. If you screw up, there's fallout from that, right? I mean, that's the way it works. You have to accept the fact that you aren't living in obscurity. The trade-off is when you do good things, you get tons of praise for it and you make a bunch of money for it, right? So it's not a bad thing, but it just comes with it. So the criticism that someone gets when they screw up, I don't think is unfair. Like, you're a public figure and everybody's entitled to their opinion. I just am friends with Nico. I like Nico. He's a good guy. That's all. I'm going to stick to that. That doesn't mean I'm defending or taking any sides. I'm on team human, and this other human is my friend. Do I ever become attached to a disc and hesitant to throw it on tough shots? No, because I never get attached to a disc. One of my, real quick, I'm going to plug my phone in for a second. I purposely don't get attached to discs for that reason. I basically only throw new stuff. And the reason why I throw new stuff is because that way I can replace it. So every single disc I have in my bag, I have backups of that disc, and they're identical. I will never get wired to one disc that I beat in and learn just the way I want it. Doesn't make any sense. Why take a disc and beat it in when all you're basically doing is turning it into another disc that flies like that when it's new, but is replaceable? And by the way, also only cost, $18 instead of, $200 on eBay because it's a classic. I gotta plug my phone in. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Where? Don't go, anybody. Look at this. All right. I need to do this. Put this here. Don't go. All right. I'm back. Did we lose everybody? I did. I lost 7 people when I left the room. People are fickle. I didn't leave the room. I just walked to the other side of the room. All right. Am I stopping at those sauces, or there become more Stokely feuds in the future? Marinades would be a good idea. Just saying, yeah, it really depends on how successful they are. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing anything if it works. But one of the things that is the grand experiment is I have this disc golf base. When I go too far from disc golf, I think I lose people. So, for example, I have a bunch of really cool videos up on the internet of canoeing down the Green River in Utah, 55 miles of desolation over 7 days. That's one of the best YouTube videos I have, and it hasn't even hit 1,000 views because I'm not disc golfing in it. So my base says I have a new disc golf product, people will buy it. I'm not certain these are going to do well. And if they don't do well, everyone's getting barbecue sauce for Christmas for the next couple years or the next 20 years. Favorite state? Gabriel, what state are you in? How's the video game coming? It's progressing. It is progressing slower than I wanted, but it's progressing. We have investors. We have everything. It's happening. It's in development. Gabriel, what state are you in, though? You were in Iowa. No way. That's my favorite state. Wait, did you buy the sauce yet? No. I'll tell you what. This is an old pro wrestling trick, but it works great at throwing clinics. Whenever I'm doing a clinic in Alabama, I just completely make fun of players in Oregon. And when I'm in Oregon, I totally make fun of players in Alabama, sometimes with the exact same jokes. And it's great because here's one of the things people don't realize. People in Oregon and people in Alabama, they think each other are different. Right? Because they vote for someone different and they have a couple different political opinions. They're 99% the same. They want to be paid more for the job they work. They want their kids to be happy. They're trying to be healthy. They're enjoying their hobby. Like, everybody's the same, but they don't realize they're the same. So I can like rip on the other state, and then everybody in Alabama was like, he's one of us. And then I'm Oregon, they're like, he's one of us. So anyways, I like every state. I like people everywhere. Having said that, my favorite place in the whole country is probably Southern Utah. I love Canyonlands. I love the Green River. I love being outside of Moab in the desert. I love Arches, Bryce, Capitol Reef, Zion, St. George is a cool little weird, extremely weird, but really cool town. So Southern Utah is my favorite place in the country. All right. You think European Open should be held every year? I think it will be. I mean, it's on the tour now. So I could be wrong, but I think it is. Disc golf in Zion? I didn't know that there was disc golf in Zion. Oh, yeah, the Marvel. Fantastic. If you're throwing the Marvel, that's great. By the way, if you're just tuning in late, Stokely Barbecue Sauce.
You were talking about base camp?
Oh, you're talking about, in Moab. That's base camp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. He said Zion, which is actually the other end of the state. Have I been to Escalante? Of course I've been to Escalante. I love it out there. It's beautiful, and it doesn't get anywhere near as much attention as the national parks, but it's just as pretty. Oh, okay, so they have a 9-hole course in Zion. Wow, I had no idea. Okay, so Stokely Sauce, barbecue sauce, Texas Smoky, Carolina Vinegar, Kansas City Sweet, and California Spicy. All 4 flavors available at scottstokely.net. Go check them out. They're delicious, and I love them. And
save money on shipping and get a disc while you're there. The signed loots.
Yeah, you can buy, like, I got signed loots there. I got my book. Obviously, if you combine stuff, you save shipping. So it's go check them out. But Stokely Sauce. Let's see. Looking forward to following your card in person at D-Glow. Cool. I will be at D-Glow. I plan on tearing it up. You do need those. Whoever said they need these sauces, you are correct, sir. It says Dutch, so I'm going to assume sir, but can't assume. Probably sir. You have to pay right before you have to pay to go through Zion. Top 10 courses, in my opinion. I will give you the top. I'll give you 5. Number 1, Oak Grove Park, the world's first disc golf course. It's not the greatest course in the world. It's actually not even that good. But it's the world's first course. It's my favorite course. But my top 4 best courses I've ever played is number 1, Eagles Crossing in Missouri. Number 2 is Caliber in North Idaho. Number 3 is Maple Hill in Massachusetts. And number 4, it just made my list. Absolutely loved Idlewild in Cincinnati. That course was unbelievable. Number 5, I would maybe say Rennie Gold. I think Rennie Gold is a gem in Charlotte, and a lot of people don't have that as high up, but I love it, mainly because it's so damn hard. And the one time I went there, I got my ass kicked by it, and that made me like it. Let's see. Is vinegar like a thinner marinade type sauce? Yeah, so the vinegar, the Carolina vinegar is the thinnest of the 4 sauces, but Carolina barbecue sauce typically is thinner than other sauces, like compared to like Kansas City, which is like super duper thick. Carolina is typically different. I wouldn't call it a marinade. I mean, you put it on like anything else, but you can't glob it on because it's not so thick.
You can marinate it.
Yeah, you can. Oh, you can marinate it, all of them, for sure. You wrote me in for the PDJ vote. I appreciate that. I didn't look at the PDJ voting this year, but
which vote?
For the board members.
They were doing some awards too.
Oh, really? For what?
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know. What? So you said you wrote for me on the PDJ. What was it? I never get awards. I'm like, I'm never going to get an award for anything. It's just one of those things that I've just accepted. Do you or any of the pros play with that strange superstitions? Okay, I don't want to like say this, but I'm going to say it. I'm not changing my underwear this year or washing it until I win a DGPT Elite Series event.
That's not true. I wash them.
And my girlfriend just says that's not true because she washes them. No, I purposely. Oh, Springdale next. Hey, what's up, Dan? God, love you, Dan Kilgore. By the way, everybody, Dan Kilgore, celebrity. He has played more disc golf courses than any person on planet Earth. Dan, how many have you played? It's like 2,400 or something. The name of the course in Charlotte, it's Rennie Gold. I don't know if the permanent course is in or not, so you want to check with the local club. When I say Rennie, it's Renaissance Gold. There are several different layouts at Renaissance, and I don't know if the gold version is always there. I just know that it's so hard that it's stupid. How did I come up with the recipes for the sauces? I did not make them myself. When people travel around the country doing barbecue cook-offs, if you win an award, you attach an award to that recipe. Every time that sauce wins an award, that recipe has more awards. The more awards a recipe has, the more money you can charge people for your recipe. So that's basically a lot of the way that this barbecue industry works. So all of these sauces I actually paid a fair amount of money for because these are all award-winning sauces. These have all kicked the ass of other barbecue sauces at cook-offs repeatedly. They really are good. So yeah, Renaissance Gold. Dan Kilgore, second most. Tim Horath is 200 ahead of me now. No kidding. I wasn't even aware of that. Have I played Hornet's Nest in Charlotte? Of course I have. I played it at the 1997 World Championships. I was leading the 1997 World Championships after the first 4 rounds, but back then it was a 9.5 round tournament. But after 4 rounds of the World Championships, which is normal tournament, I was actually in first place in 97. And then I played Hornet's Nest. I didn't do so well there. And then after Hornet's Nest, I played well the rest of the tournament. I lost the World Championships, I believe, by fewer strokes than I lost at Hornet's Nest. So if you took Hornet's Nest out, the 7.5 remaining rounds, I think I had the best score, but Hornet's Nest kicked my ass. Let's see. Kilbourne's one of the courses we played in Charlotte. How many different courses have I played? Far less than you would think. With all the traveling I do, because when I was younger, I was so focused on winning, trying to win every single tournament, that I never played courses during the week. I would get straight to the next town on tour and just play that course over and over again to try to learn that course as best as I possibly could. Now that I've gotten older, I have a limited number of throws in my body. There's a point of diminishing return. I can only throw so much golf in a week. So I have to spend 100% of my golf effort, what little I have compared to being younger, on the course I'm going to be competing at. So, I don't play any other courses other than the tournament courses. I've probably played 2 or 3 rounds of non-tournament courses in the last 3 years. So I am not bagging courses. Now, having said that, I'm sure I don't know, probably close to 1,000 anyways, just because I have traveled so much for so many years. But when you break it down to how many different courses per week while traveling, it's way less than everybody else. I have played disc golf in Tahoe. It's a fantastic course up there. I don't think I've played the course in Urbana, Iowa. I've heard about it. I heard it's awesome. And if somebody told me that I have played it, I wouldn't argue with them because it tends to blur. But have I played Whistler's Bend, Oregon? That is one of those courses, one of the most famous courses in the world that for just whatever reason I haven't played. Now, that would be an example. If I was traveling and I was in the area, that would be an example of the type of course I would play a practice round at, just because it's a famous course that everyone says to play. Caliber was that way. I went up to Caliber in North Idaho. I'm not anti-courses. It's just very rare. Wait, what's up with the sauce? What's up with the sauce? Huh? It's funny you should ask. Plant. It's like I planted them, right?
Tenacious Punk, that's a rad name.
By the way, Tenacious Punk is great. I'm an old school punk, and I've seen Tenacious D in concert the day their movie debuted. 4 flavors of Stokely sauce. Stokely sauce. Scott Stokely barbecue sauce. That's my goofy face there on the cover. It is Texas Smoky, Carolina Vinegar, Kansas City Sweet, and California Spicy. They're all available at scottstokely.net. The letters spell out something, D-I-S-C. Because I dropped out of school to play Frisbee full time, I don't know what word that spells. Probably something good, though. But I just, whatever. I'll find some college graduate to tell me what D-I-S-C spells. But if these are popular, there'll be 4 more flavors coming out. And God only knows what those 4 letters are going to be. But yeah, available at scottstokely.net. They're delicious. They're awesome. I'm hoping they're successful, or else everybody gets barbecue sauce for Christmas in, for the next 3 years. I have no idea how this is going to turn out.
Buy gifts, Labor Day's coming up.
Yeah. You get them. By the way, yeah, it is a great gift. Of course, everybody knows this, and Labor Day's coming up. So I encourage y'all to buy a ton of barbecue sauce. Of course. All right, Tenacious Punk, but that is a great name. O2 too. From East Texas, looking forward to getting some. ScottStokely.net. I have some. And Kevin Smith, go ahead. Andrew Chapman, yummy Georgia mustard sauce, maybe in the next 4 flavors. I know there's going to be like this Alabama white sauce and there's St. Louis sauce. I haven't decided exactly what they're going to be. Well, first off, I need to, if it turns out I'm going to get stuck with 3,000 bottles of sauce in our warehouse, or if I get stuck with 2,000 of the 3,000 bottles, I ain't introducing any more flavors. But if they're successful, I will. So I help spread the word. What's up, Rowboat? There is a distinctive lack of mustard in these 4 sauces. And the reason why there's not mustard in these 4 sauces is because I had a choice of all these different sauces, and I don't like mustard, and I found sauces that tasted delicious without mustard. But the next 4 sauces, some of those are going to be pure mustard-based sauces because there's only so many sauces out there. Mustard's part of barbecue sauce. So can I just send you my mailing address instead of buying them? Definitely check out the website. Would like to try the sweet and spicy. Yeah, you can buy 1 bottle at a time, too. It's not really sweet and spicy. It's California spicy.
No, they meant the sweet sauce and the spicy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got sweet. Yeah, the Kansas City sweet. Absolutely. Do you think instituting a disc limit would increase competitiveness strategy? If so, what do you say good limit? I don't see any reason to introduce a disc limit. If someone wants to drag around 50 discs, that's their problem. There's no benefit to it. There's not one advantage whatsoever to carrying that many more discs. So if someone wants to, I encourage it. I wish all my competitors would carry 100 discs. It would be my advantage, not them. Best disc to start your 8-year-old on. Honestly, something that flies straight, probably something like a Berg is a perfect straight flying disc. You want something that flies straight. Don't get a driver or a high-speed driver. It's not going to fly farther for him. It's just going to, even a Diamond at 8 years old isn't going to have the speed. It's going to fly like a high-speed driver would for an amateur golfer, which is you throw it and it immediately just hyzers out. So something that flies straight. Oh, you want to try one of each? Okay, yeah, definitely. I encourage you to try one of each. And by the way, tell everybody about the sauce, y'all.
You get better pricing if you buy the 4-pack.
Yeah.
Than if you buy them individually.
Yeah, if you buy all 4, it's cheaper for sure. It's $10 for a bottle, but you get all 4 for less than $30. So you definitely want to, if you're going to try, like, well, obviously 4 bottles is the same cost as 3. The thing about shipping is that shipping, because of the weights, it doesn't cost 4 times as much to ship 4. It costs a little bit more to ship all 4 as it does to cost 1. So there is, hey, what's up, Papa? So it's definitely, from a mathematical perspective, it makes more sense to buy all 4.
You are not carrying them in person. They have to be warehouse climate controlled. So
yeah. So
order through the website.
Yep. I know that.
He's asking.
I know that. I'm getting to it. So the answer is no, I will not have them available in person because they would be in the back of a pickup truck getting hot and stinky. They are climate controlled. They're in the warehouse in Atlanta. They have to stay cool. They got to be refrigerated after opening. It's food. Not all the comments are showing up for all the people watching.
There are multiple platforms.
Yeah, there's different platforms. So you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook. Depending on where you are, you're not going to see everything. You're only going to see the ones on yours. Have I thrown Thought Space Pathfinder? It's a straight mid. I have not thrown it yet, so I can't speak on that. I know Thought Space is a cool company, so I can tell you that. Sauce Boss, that's a great thing. Next tour series disc, The Assassin from Gateway, is coming out in a couple weeks. That disc is fantastic, and we have more discs in the works coming out, but I'm not announcing those ahead of time. Favorite barbecue: brisket, sausage, pork ribs, chicken, etc. So I always get a 2-meat plate, and I get brisket and the sausage. Hopefully it's a spicy, like a hot sausage. And if I do a 3-meat plate, it's 2 briskets and 1 sausage. But I will do ribs. I mean, I'll eat it all, right? I mean, my girl is a big ribs person, so sometimes we'll do the ribs so we can split them. How does the Devil Hog compare to the Berg? I think the Devil Hog's more overstable, I think, but nothing compares to the Berg. The Berg it's Bergalicious, like kielbasa. The Berg just flies perfect. Yep. Casta Lutz, best for 400 backhand. There's no such thing as a backhand or a sidearm disc. All you're doing with a sidearm and a backhand is reversing the spin of the disc and giving it a mirror image flight. So if there's a hole where you're throwing a backhand Lutz, if the next hole is a mirror image opposite of that hole, then you would throw the Lutz sidearm, because the flight characteristics of the disc determine that first choice. Well, then all you're doing is doing a mirror image of the shot with reversed spin. So there is no best. Stokely School for next summer. Is it going well, and do you intend to continue with the lessons? Yeah, I'm doing the online classes for sure. The next ones aren't going to open up for a few months. Right now I'm teaching 6 online classes, and I have seminars every single Monday, and I do clinics often on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I am teaching like crazy. I am not doing, am I doing the seminars? Not anytime soon, because the seminars, I'm sold out. I mean, I announced them in January for all of 2022, and I sold out the entire year within 24 hours literally for the whole year, which is amazing. I'm not opening up anymore because my schedules I'm actually booked every single day. And then when I start traveling overseas to Australia, New Zealand, and Europe, Thailand and Cambodia, I'm only doing big group classes, because if I'm only going to be in Croatia for one event, then I need to get everybody in. So I will be doing almost all group settings. Definitely not doing private lessons, but the in-person seminars, not necessarily. I won't be doing anytime soon. Having said that, I have teachers out there. Philip Bartholomew is teaching my method. He teaches it as well as I do, and I will be booking some of his classes. So go to scottstokely.net, join the mailing list, and you'll be notified when his classes are announced, which will be soon. All right, you're going to be going to watch in Des Moines with your 8-year-old. Any recommendation or no before spectating your first professional tournament? Yeah, the best thing I would say, and I don't know your kid, but remember there's a level of etiquette that you would expect at like a ball golf tournament. That doesn't mean you don't bring the kids out. It means they need to be aware to be quiet. And one of the things you can do, because kids, I mean, a perfectly behaved 8-year-old is still an 8-year-old. It doesn't mean don't bring them out. By no means am I saying that. But one of the things you can do is you can spectate the tournament from, up the fairway. You can spectate the tournament. Uh, you don't have to be standing like 7 feet from the tee pad, for example, when someone's teeing off. If there's a chance the 8-year-old might be unpredictable, and they're 8. Even when they don't do anything wrong, they're just being 8-year-olds. If everybody's quiet and the 8-year-old, turns to you and says, "When are they gonna throw?" Like, that's not good. But if you're halfway up the fairway, no one's gonna notice. So that would be my biggest advice there, is just educate the kid on what expectations are, and then just maybe keep a little bit of distance if you think it might be an issue, but definitely bring them out. Dude, I effed up. I'm at work and the live feed lagged. Oh my God, you missed all the good stuff then. I had giveaways, I had prizes, and I actually announced the winning lotto numbers before like the lotto announced them. Like you had your shot. Too bad your computer lagged. Are those barbecue sauces or hot sauces? Funny you should ask. They're barbecue sauces. Texas smoky, Carolina vinegar, Kansas City sweet, and California spicy. Available at scottstokely.net. You can buy all 4 bottles for less than $30. They're $10 a piece, but best to get all 4. You'll save on shipping. You'll save on the cost. There's other stuff available too, but they are really, really good, y'all. I am not just pushing some mediocre product. This is not something you're gonna like. Just doesn't taste like a $2 bottle of like Heinz 57 barbecue sauce or something. You buy it like a grocery store. Like this is good sauce. This is award-winning sauce that I paid for to make sure I got good sauce. So, all right. And any follow-ups? Anyone in Texas recommend taking lessons from? What's good for 11-year-old daughter? Yeah, it's easy. There's people teaching everywhere, and they'll all be great for your 11-year-old daughter. Everybody teaching golf, they don't have to be at my level of experience to still be good at teaching. They certainly know more than you if they're teaching disc golf, right? So post to your local club page, and you should have no problem finding somebody. If you're in a really tiny town, maybe you got to post to a bigger town 30 minutes away or something. You'll find somebody. And I would say, I would recommend that, like, without knowing who they are, I can pretty much tell you they're going to help. Like, especially like as a child, like they're going to be able to teach your kid how to be better right away for sure. All the fundamentals, all the basics. So even if they're not a super experienced teacher that knows what to do with a 982 rated player that's stuck on some little thing, they can help your kids all day. All right. Let's see. Just got your barbecue sauce. Let's see. Any thoughts on the Seeker disc golf training program? Not familiar with it.
Chug some of that sauce and I'll buy all 4.
I smell something good. What I miss? You said chug some of the sauce and I'll buy all 4?
Yeah.
Oh, God, you're going to make me do it. Just don't. I absolutely positively won't do that unless you were to dare me. But you would never do that. So since you don't have the guts to dare me, I ain't going to chug it. Ron Jones, you smell something good. Stokely barbecue sauce. Texas smoky, Carolina vinegar, Kansas City sweet, and California spicy. And they're delicious and they're awesome. So by the way, yeah, I don't know anything about the Seeker program. I know that the way I teach works for everybody. I think how I teach is the best, even without knowing what anybody else is doing, just because I have so much more experience and than anybody. Like I live for teaching now. As much as I'm trying to compete and win a tournament, like I'm putting more time into the teaching than anything else. I want to be the very best in the world at this, and I'm super proud of my method. That does not mean there aren't good teachers out there. It does not mean that program isn't good. It could be awesome. It's maybe even better than mine. I don't know. So based on what I know, I think what I do is the best. But heck, I mean, it could be better. It could be awesome. Let's see. I'll do anything during. Scott will do almost anything on a dare during lunch break at a tournament. Oh, here we go. Oh, hold on. Can you put each letter of the sauce between the appropriate fingers of your right hand and spell? Let's see. You mean like this?
D. Pick them up like that?
I don't think I can pick them up that way. But yeah, the weird thing is that the letters on the sauce actually match the letters on my fingers. But remember, I dropped out of school to play Frisbee golf all day, so I don't even know what my hands spell, let alone what these bottles spell. D-I-S-C? I don't know what that means. I'll do anything on a dare lunch break. So I'll.
You did dare you.
What? Oh, did you actually dare me?
Yeah. You just scroll back.
Shit. So now I have to drink it?
He said pick your poison.
And you'll buy all 4? Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drink. Not California Spicy. I'm going Kansas City Sweet. Do I have to? I was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to clip it too.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, then I'll turn it so you can see it. It even says S for Scott.
You need a chicken chaser.
It's good. Do not be misled by my face of thinking it's not good. It's good. It just needs to be diluted with chicken or brisket or something. Damn you for. But now you have to buy it.
I just sold 4 bottles.
Did I sell 4 bottles? Yay! Okay, good. This is a grown man, folks. I don't care. I'll do anything on it there. I'll do anything for content. I was saying this earlier. I'm doing the one chip chicken chaser. I'm doing the one chip challenge here shortly, where you're going to eat a potato chip covered in, I don't know if it's Carolina Reaper or ghost pepper, but it's the resin. Like, it's death. There's nothing funny about it. I've done it before, and we did it. It's a potato chip, and you eat it, and it's like, it's not even funny. It's not even like, we didn't laugh about it afterwards. We were just like, that sucked. That was horrible. I'm never doing this again. So you came back with this there, so I could do it. But so I said, I'm, like, that's stupid. That's the worst experience of my life. I'll never do. I've been divorced, and I went through a horrible divorce, and it was nowhere near as bad as eating that chip. And so then these guys challenged me. I don't want to say who yet, but you know who they are. But they challenged me to a Pro versus Joe's match. They want to play 9 holes against me, 5 holes, them against me. Then we all do the one chip challenge and play the last 4 holes. And I was like, absolutely, positively no. There's not a chance in hell I'm ever going to do this. It's stupid. I'm way too mature. Like, I'm 52 years old. I'm a grown man. I'm not. And they're like, I dare you. Shit. So I said yes. So anyways, I'm doing the one chip challenge shortly. Yay. One chip challenge is Carolina Reapers. Okay, yeah. It wasn't the scorpion peppers. It's the Carolina Reapers. No, it's stupid. It's like a $40 potato. It's like a potato chip costs like $40 or something. It's so stupid. There's nothing about it that's funny. God. Yeah, when I did it before, it hurt the next day. But they say it hurts more the next day. It hurts then. Way more than the next day. All right. You're welcome for the YouTube lessons. Hey, drinking that for a $30 sale is totally worth it. I couldn't agree more. Come back with a list of dares. Yeah, I actually thought about doing this fundraiser one time where I basically, like, once a month, I would let everybody just dare me to do something, and then vote on the dare, and then I would do whatever dare. But then everybody that voted, in order to vote, you had to pay like $20 to go to like a charity, and like every month it'd be a different charity. And like one of the like one of the persons, like they said that I needed to like go to Walmart wearing nothing but like a kid size one piece bathing suit, and like it was just some of the stuff that came up with was horrific and never went anywhere. So I won't be doing that, by the way. You know why? Because a couple of years ago, I was focused on my brand being fun, crazy, weird, outrageous. I was having a blast. Didn't make a penny. Now I've shifted my direction to be just becoming the best teacher in the game. And now I'm not sleeping in rest areas anymore.
And you got barbecue sauce.
And I got barbecue sauce. So I kind of, that ship sailed just being crazy outrageous, but I was close to doing that. All right, let's see here. One chip challenge, yeah. Hey, Will Tripp. Hey, a $10 super sticker. I love it. Thank you, for Will Tripp, for sending me the super sticker. All right, let's see who has the power and the balls. We need to do a guts competition in the next tournament. More power to you. When that'd be a hard no for me. Maybe 2 years ago I would have. Are you going to film it when you do? Yeah. So I don't want to give anything away, but the people that challenged me to the one tip challenge is one of the film crews that films the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I'm not saying which one, but one of them has challenged me, and I was like, of course I am. Yeah. Thanks again, Will. All right, Secret definitely has followed some of your training methods. They have a free newsletter and the vids are okay. I love your content and hope to meet you one day. Yeah, like I have respect for everybody that's teaching in the game. I don't think for a second that I'm automatically the best. I believe I am, but a lot of that's just as much as anything a belief in myself. I've put the time in. I put so much time and effort and years into learning this. So it's my belief that I'm the best teacher in disc golf isn't just some like ego or narcissism or whatever, like arrogance. It's because I feel like I've earned it because I've put the time in, and that's how I think of myself. It's not because I'm just dismissing anybody else. I know for a fact that there's good teachers out there, and there's going to be more as our sport grows. And honestly, even my teaching method, just like the players in the sport get better because the sport evolves, my teaching method, people should take this method, and the next generation should evolve my method and be better at teaching than I am now. Like, there's no way like I have the best teaching method there will ever be. Teaching methods evolve just like playing does. So I'm very confident, but I'm very I have positive things to say about other people teaching in the sport all day. Kung Fatty. By the way, it's a great name. What are those sauces? You just tuned in. Thank you for the segue. It's Stokely Sauce. It's barbecue sauce. It is Texas smoky, Carolina vinegar, Kansas City sweet, and California spicy. They're available at scottstokely.net. It's my foray into non-disc golf promotions. I'll answer your question in a minute, John. I love you, John. So these are, I have barbecue sauce, everybody. You go to scottstokely.net. All 4 bottles are less than $30 or $10 a piece, but less than 30 if you buy all 4. And I'm super excited. They're really, really good, and I'm hoping they're successful. The bottles spell out some word, D-I-S-C. I don't know what that spells, but I know it's a word because it's 4 letters in a row. But if they're successful, I will come out with 4 more flavors that spell out another word. I haven't decided what that word will be, but it'll be 4 letters long. And I encourage you to try them or buy them as a gift. I'm super proud of this because they're really, really good. All right. Chunky Monkey or Cherry Garcia? I don't like nuts, so Cherry Garcia. Orange Class checking in and saying it works wonders if you adhere to the method. Thank you so much. That's one of my I teach 6 online classes, so that's so much for one of my online classes. Yeah, the online classes are going fantastic. I put so much effort. Same thing as I put so much effort into building a curriculum and a process that would work online. My online classes are not just me talking or just watching videos. There's a back and forth process that includes form reviews and a group setting and feedback and the curriculum and drills, and I got something here that's really good. And so thank you for the kind words. Stokely Sauce, awesome. Yes, go check out Stokely Sauce. Thank you. I do feel like I've earned the bragging rights. I really you're not supposed to feel pride, like people say, like that's stupid. When you work hard for something, you should be proud of it. Like anybody here that's, like if you've been hanging drywall for 20 years, like you're damn good at it and you should be proud of the job you do. And that doesn't mean you don't recognize that other people are good at hanging drywall. But when you look at someone that's been hanging drywall for 2 years, no matter how good they are, they're not where you are. It's not that they're not going to be good or even better than you. It's just they've been hanging drywall for 2 years. You've been doing it for 20. You're better at it than they are. Of course you are, obviously. So I want to be clear, when I'm so proud of how I teach, it is nothing against anybody else teaching. It's just I'm old and I've been doing this longer than anybody, and I've done it more than anybody. But I'm proud. Let's see. How many pro players do you think would play disc golf at a nudist resort? Me and my girl would. Would you play disc golf at a nudist resort?
I don't play disc golf, but I'll caddy.
Yeah, she'll caddy. Yeah, that doesn't. Sorry if you. I don't want to put any freaky visuals of the 52-year-old walking around naked playing disc golf, but I would have zero problem with that whatsoever. I've been in the public eye before. We'll leave it at that. Doesn't freak me out even the slightest. Let's see.
BC Disc says the online classes are working great for me too.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that, BC Disc. Watch you play at the Hamburg. Awesome to see you. A lot taller than expected. Yeah, because if you see me on your phone, I'm like this tall. So, of course, I'm taller in person. Discipline. Ask Nico about that. Yeah, Nico's such a good guy. You're not going to get anything negative from me about Nico. Nico's a good person, and I hope he figures it out because he's a good guy. He's my friend. I only throw a forehand because my backhand is so bad, but I'm definitely going to work on it. But lately, I feel like I broke the 250 max and was stuck looking back at it, probably because of bigger reach back in the throw. I do is like it's like your throw, like a baseball idea. Let's see. Yeah, when you throw a sidearm, it's a baseball. Baseball got it right. They've been doing it longer. They figured it out. Any advice to keep the nerves down? Do every single thing you can to replicate where you're not nervous. What you do at league night, aside from things that might be breaking the rules, of course, try to put yourself in that position at a tournament. You're just playing Frisbee golf with your friends. It's easier to say than to do sometimes, but don't build this up. Don't build this up in your mind into something bigger than it is. Turn your tournament into a league night, whatever that means. If it means joking with the people on your card, because that's what you do at league night, assuming they're willing, because some people like to be quiet, but joke with them. Have fun. And I'm not saying have fun because having fun's the most important thing, is that when you're playing league night, you're having fun. You laugh at the rollaways. When you make mistakes, you just, you have self-deprecating humor. Like you do those at league night, but all of a sudden tournaments, players are like, "Oh, it's a tournament. I got to be different." No, you don't. Aside from like maybe better etiquette because it's a tournament, you put yourself in your league night mindset as best as possible. That's what I do. I replicate league night when I play in tournaments, and that's where I play better. Online classes are working great. Thank you. Yo, Scott's get my boy to bed. It's been a fun night. Thank you so much, Nick, for coming by. Show up really hungover if that's how you play league night. I can't ever say, "Hey, what's up, green class?" Yeah, I won't ever say that's a good idea. But, hey, by the way, Gabriel, you were asking, I think it was you who was asking about your daughter taking private lessons. If you're taking my classes, you can teach your daughter. I'm not saying you can go out and teach a clinic or anything like that. I mean, obviously you can't like use my name and then to teach a clinic. And there's things when you're working with adults that are going to come up, there's a lot of layers to this that, you won't get from just taking the class, but you certainly have enough to teach a child the basics. Because the way I would teach your daughter is zero different than how I teach you. I don't teach differently for kids. I won't try to teach a kid if they're 4. They got to be old enough to understand. But if that was you, then you're qualified to teach your 9-year-old. Ew, I know, right? I think that ew was in reference to me talking about me playing nude disc golf.
I don't know. You're in really good shape.
Yes.
Better than last year, anyway. Plug the sauce again.
What? Plug the sauce again. Stokely Sauce. Texas. Smoky. Carolina vinegar. Kansas City sweet. California spicy. They're fantastic. I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to sell them to you. I spent good money to get high quality sauce. No high fructose corn syrup. There's no garbage in them. It's natural. Natural doesn't all automatically mean good for you, right? A lot of the stuff they put in foods is actually fine for you, but I'm not smart enough to know which those are and which those aren't. So we just went all natural. So it's delicious sauce. Y'all are gonna like them. Buy the 4-pack. You save $10 plus you'll save on shipping as well. So check those out. Amy, great question. Are there any resorts like that with courses? That I don't know. But with as popular as volleyball is at nudist resorts, like traditionally, because I guess it's a sport that translates to this, it wouldn't surprise me.
Here, wait, Dan Kilmer.
Oh.
Posted it.
Okay.
On the screen.
Okay. But I wouldn't be surprised if those don't start showing up at resorts. I will tell you this is that, I dare to play the Turtle Lake Resort Disc Golf Course in Union City, Michigan. It's a nudist resort. There's no dare necessary for this. You don't know me that well, Dan. We went out to a nude hot springs out in Death Valley this year, and people are naked. It's not a big deal. It's not weird to us. Clothing kind of sucks, but again, I don't want to put any visuals in your head because I'm 52 years old, and no one wants to think about the 52-year-old walking around with a golf bag and shoes and nothing else. But none of that freaks me out, not even the slightest. When should an amateur move to open division? Finishing second and third in advance better than placing and winning an open? Win a couple tournaments. If you're playing advanced and you haven't won yet, win a couple. There's a skill to winning. There's a skill to going to lunch with 1 round to go with a 3-stroke lead and being able to keep your food down because of the nerves. That's a learned skill, because the first time you're in that position, you're probably going to get caught. It's just not probably, but it's possible someone catches you. There's also a skill to having 1 round to go, being 5 strokes down, and realizing you're not out of it, because on hole 3, you birdied, they double bogeyed. You're like, holy crap, now it's a 2-stroke tournament. But that only happened because you didn't get down over the 5 strokes. There's a skill to winning. Being tied, going neck and neck. You take the lead, they take the lead. You have to learn to win. So stick in the advanced division and win a couple. But once you win a couple, you're going to stop getting better if you don't move up. So once you've won a couple, you got to move up. Stick to your routine. Yep. Damn, I said it again. Yeah, I don't blame you. I understand exactly. Let's see. Make a side bets with the group. Take the pressure. Think about the whole tournament. Yeah, if you have a group that wants to do side bets, do that. Not everybody's gonna want to, but you could, especially if it's fun. It all depends on the group and the players you're playing with. And the size of the tournament. A C tier is not a big deal. You're not making side bets with anybody at an A tier. That's just not really. That's a big tournament. They care more about that. Let's see. Around here, we had to wear boxing gloves to a league night. We had a different kind of snap sound of release. I don't know what that means, but it's funny. What's your favorite utility shot? All of them. You got to have every shot in the game. There's no shot that I don't use. I will use them all interchangeably. If I step up to a hole and it's a grenade shot or a thumber shot or a scuba roller shot or whatever, I'll throw the right shot for the hole every time. Have marshals and officials traditionally made violation calls during tournaments? Okay, so yes, they've had, when rules are blatantly broken, they've always had to make rule calls. They are getting stricter on the rules, but that doesn't mean the rules are becoming stricter. They are working towards making them more consistently enforced, and that's the big challenge: is the consistency. If a rule isn't called on anybody, then it's okay. Who cares? It's fair. It's not fair if a rule is called on some players and not others. Certainly, it's not fair if a rule violation isn't called on a player because maybe a confrontation might come, and it has nothing to do with what happened last weekend. I'm saying there are players out there traditionally who, I'm not going to even call them on a violation during the round, probably because it's going to screw me up because they're going to get in my face and they're going to be assholes. By the way, that's not Nico. I've never had a problem with Nico. Nico's a great guy. But there are players out there who are assholes. And I've avoided the confrontation with them because it's just going to hurt my game. That's unfair. Well, marshals and officials are the ones that need to make those calls. Players can't be making calls on other players for that very reason. Problem is what, now you have 18 officials, one in every hole? Now you have 18 people qualify. It's like at some point, these are volunteers. There's not the budget for it. Our sport's growing. We'll get there, though. And then they will be making calls. And it's great. I hope they do. I need all of them. Hello, Michelle. I love you, Michelle. They're available. Do you find taking breaks can help with your game? I mean, yeah, right? I mean, obviously, if you let your body heal or, like everything has a point of diminishing return. You take too long a break, you get rusty. You don't take any breaks and practice too much, you get sore and injured. So you have to figure out the balance that works for you based on your ability, your fitness level, your age, how hard you're going. And really what it comes down to is, does that break help you? If it does, take it. If it doesn't, then don't. What kind of skis do I recommend? I snowboard. So the last snowboard I had was a fat bob, but I pretty much anything that's extra wide, which most companies make some version of an extra wide board. I don't ride very directional. I'm almost 90 degrees. I'm like 90 and 75. So I'm only slightly directional because I will ride both directions. Just because you can have a lot more fun when you're not directional. So I need a wide board because I have size 13 shoes. And when you're 90 degrees with size 13 shoes, you need a wide board or else your toes drag in the snow and it slows you down. But I snowboard. Will I be at Ledgestone yet? Not only will I be at Ledgestone, and please, nobody tell anybody this, I'm going to win. I don't want to ruin the fun for all the players that are looking forward to Ledgestone. If they find out that I'm going to win, it just makes people sad, and maybe they won't even show up. So don't tell anybody. But yes, I'm going. Yes, I plan on winning. Come back to Texas. I would love to come see you, Michelle. You're one of my all-time favorites. I won't be in Texas for at least a year and a half because we're leaving the country in October and gone for at least a year. Oops. Let's see. By the way, Paul O'Connor, weird and kind of gross, so I can't go to those places. I even have an 8-pack abs, not just confident the way I look, sadly. So here's the thing, Paul. It says nothing to do with disc golf, but you're talking about like we're talking about going to like a nudist resort. Not sure why this came up. But the thing is, you are going to find that you can be far more comfortable than you think. Because the one thing you don't see at a nudist resort is people with nice bodies. And I'm generalizing. I'm not saying there's not any, but most of the people in that community are older, and a lot of them aren't in the best shape. And you will find that you get more comfortable because of that. Now, if you were going to if there was a nudist resort where everybody was like between the ages of 20 and 20 and a half years old, and they've all been working out. Like, okay, yeah, like I see being uncomfortable. It's just kind of like, why is that person here? That ain't the way these places are. You will be shocked. By the way, a lot of them are also clothing optional. So what you can do is you can go and you can wear shorts. Take them off if you choose. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to be naked at these resorts. There's an acceptable level of, like, you come to your own comfort level, and no one will ever pressure you. No one gives you a dirty look. What are you doing, dude? This is clothing optional. No, clothing optional means optional. So, anyways, not that anybody wanted to hear that whole rant, but it's like, yeah, dude, you're not going to feel out of place there. Trust me.
Back to barbecue sauce.
Yeah, did someone say?
Yeah, me.
All right. The whole disc golf scene, going to disc golf tournament with anything I should prep to know before I go. Yeah, go have fun. Just go have fun. Follow the gallery. Stick with the crowd. Pay attention to the etiquette of the crowd. So if they're being quiet, you can be quiet. You know, like if they're making noise, you can make noise. Heckling's not a good thing. This isn't baseball where you like heckle players on bad shots. Think of it more like ball golf, where it's a gentleman's game, gentlewoman's game. And so the crowds tend to be very similar level of respect, but everybody's nice. I mean, you're gonna have a good time. Get autographs. Come take pictures. They'll have a good time. Mosquitoes, yeah, that's a bad one. All right. Amy asked a question about the girl from behind the scenes. Her name is Adriana, but she doesn't play. You've never played a hole, have you? No, never played a hole. No interest. She is my business partner also, and our roles, we both have different roles in this business. I mean, the business is the Scott Stokely brand, as funny as that sounds, but that's what it is. So having someone doing social media, doing photos, making sure that I'm prepared to either play or just be on center stage doing a live stream. She is she's running this live stream right now. So she's nice and friendly. If you're ever at a tournament and you see us, you can come say hi. She'll be nice to you. She's not hiding from anybody, but she is behind the scenes and by choice. Not my choice, but that's just how it worked out. I love you more, Michelle. I returned a couple of your calls. Scott is yin, Adriana is yang. And Michelle says she's super hot too. And Ron says she tells Scott no, someone has to. Adriana, answer out loud without prompting. Have you ever told me no to anything?
Only when you told me to tell you no, and then you don't listen.
Yeah. People, it's so fun. It is actually really funny.
There's an Instagram reel if you don't believe me.
There's an Instagram reel of it of her trying to tell me what to do. Yeah, I don't follow directions very well. I don't know if it's because I'm not a millennial. No offense to the millennials out there. But yeah, neither one of us tells the other one what to do. We've had people joke about that. They'll make some joke about oh, we know who wears the pants in that family. And Adriana will be the first to be like, no.
Not me.
She's like, not me.
Not it.
Not it. This is not some misogynistic, modern progressive thinking viewpoint. We just don't fall into that old, the modern, when Barack Obama says, Michelle told me she would let me run for president if I quit smoking. Ha ha ha. She lets me run for president. That whole boss lady thing, running gag, we don't do. We're both individuals. All right. I hope to meet y'all someday too. Tips on choosing disc. No, you shouldn't trust the numbers this much, but my friend told me disc has -2 stability, -2 fade. It means it's stable. Is that true? Actually, no. A 0 stability means it's stable. And a 0 fade makes it stable, although all discs fade some. I got a good answer to my favorite vehicle that I've ever owned. You're going to like this answer. And actually, Adriana's going to like it more. No, a zero is stable. Zero means it doesn't do either. It flies straight. But all discs fade at the end. No disc flies perfectly straight the whole way. Favorite vehicle I've ever owned. It was actually Adriana's, but I will add this to the list, is a 2005 Jeep Wrangler that goes by the name of Luna. And the reason it's my favorite is I've never once cared about the car I owned. Like, I'm not a car person. I'll tell you a funny story, but a true story was that I bought a used Subaru about 4 years ago when I took a break from touring. Took a job selling software at this big software company. I bought a Subaru, and I told everybody, "Hey, I just bought a Subaru." And everybody, people at work are like, "Yeah, it's cool, da da da." And occasionally they'd ask me about my Subaru, da da da. A couple months later, someone walks in and goes, "That's your red car out front." I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Dude, that's a Saab." And I'm like, "What do you mean it's a Saab?" They're like, "That's not a Subaru, it's a Saab." I'm like, "Well, how can you tell?" And they're like, "It says Saab on the back of the car." I literally had no idea that I wasn't driving a Subaru that I bought. In fact, I think the person told me it was a Subaru. So I don't know anything about cars. And until I started getting into Jeeps, and now I love them because we four-wheel, we backcountry. And when we're in the backcountry, it's about getting to places. And Luna, our Jeep, goes everywhere. So let's see. Throw the disc, find out what it is. All discs are useful for some shots. Yep. The numbers are the Lutz is pretty good. The numbers are, they're helpful, but they're not perfect because they're based on throwing the disc at a certain speed with a certain amount of spin as a baseline. And if you throw faster or slower than that, or with more or less speed or more or less wobble, if it doesn't fly the way the numbers show. The best thing the numbers do is they give you a relative flight path relative to other discs. So if your -1 turns to the right on your backhand a little bit, a -3 should turn to the right more. A negative right should turn to the right a lot more. Relative to each other, this is what they do. It doesn't mean a -1 turns to the right on a backhand, because if you don't throw it very fast, a -1 will turn to the left. But a -3 may fly straight. A -5 might turn to the right. They're still accurate relative to each other, but it doesn't actually tell you what the disc is going to do.
You need to make a video about it.
I should make a video about that. Maybe when the independent testing group set this flight numbers, it's not going to help to have an independent testing group. So that independent testing group is going to set those flight numbers based on a certain speed. If you throw softer than that or harder than that or more or less wobble, it changes. There's no way to tell you what your disc is going to do just with the numbers on the disc, because throws vary. They just, throw the disc similar to you. Those numbers and discs are subjective. That's exactly right. Tunnel shot advice. Yeah, you got to draw lines and plant your foot and pull the disc on that line. It's all about lines. Everything starts and stays on the line. It's the only way to hit the tunnel. You're not actually aiming the disc. You're drawing the line, pulling the disc up the line. It flies on the line. Speed should be in there then. And speed is. But speed just means the width of the rim. Never cared about cars. Yeah, I don't understand cars either. I didn't understand cars at all until I met Adriana. She had a Jeep, and then I realized that I really liked Jeeps. To a point, we drove around the country for like a year and a half on tour in a 2005 Jeep Wrangler, 50 miles an hour driving. We would drive 2,000 miles across the country like this at 50 miles an hour, and I wouldn't have traded it for anything in the world. Now, we did, however, I'll tell you another funny story. I bought a big old Ram pickup truck. And the reason I bought the pickup truck was because that way we could tow our Jeep. People are like, oh, they saw the truck. They're like, oh, did you trade the Jeep in? Absolutely not. I bought the truck because it was more comfortable taking long trips across the country from event to event. But then I could tow the Jeep, because that way when we got to town, we unhook the Jeep and drive the Jeep around town, because at 40 miles an hour, it doesn't go. It just goes. But but it's manageable. It only shakes a little bit, the death wobble at 40. So we were towing the Jeep and then driving the Jeep around town. That was the whole idea. Turns out I don't know how to drive a truck. Like every single person. Adriana, have you ever met anybody that drives a truck worse than me?
You drive it just fine. You just can't park it.
Okay, I can't park it. Every single person out there that owns a truck is like an expert at like driving and parking their truck. Like I can't even wrap I have no idea. I got this mental block against it. Like I'm so shitty at parking this truck. This is true, God's honest truth. I am so bad at parking the truck. I got this brand new truck, and I came out one day and somebody had keyed the entire side of the doors, and it based on how it was clear that it was someone keyed the side of my truck, and the only thing I said was, "Yeah, I probably deserve that." I didn't even get mad. I was sure I deserved it because if anyone else parked as badly as I parked, I would have been thinking the same thing. Did I not say that, Adriana?
Yeah.
I was like, no wonder they keep my truck. I'm so bad at it. So I'm the only person in the world that can't drive their own truck. It's kind of sad. You saw me park. Okay, you see me park. Yep, absolutely. All right, y'all. For tunnel shots, concentrate on the shape of the flight more than trying to aim the disc. If the flight shape is wrong, the aiming point is wrong. Yep. I'm a funny guy. What? I'm a funny guy? What do you mean funny? Funny? How am I funny? How the hell am I funny? Or am I like a clown? Do I amuse you? What's so funny? Remember that? From Goodfellas? Okay. From Goodfellas. Any plans to break the forehand world record again? No, I don't throw anywhere near as far as the top sidearm throwers now. I never did. I mean, I threw the farthest sidearm in the world back in the 90s, but I'll be honest, I was probably throwing in the mid 80s back then, sidearm, low to mid 80s or something like that, which was the farthest sidearm. Well, at the time, it was the farthest sidearm anyone had ever thrown in the history of disc sports. But when I look at how fast players pitch baseball, I knew that I was nowhere near the ceiling of how fast a sidearm could throw. And so my low 80-mile-an-hour throw with the sidearm, even at my best, is not as fast as there are some people out there doing today. So I was never going to have the farthest flying sidearm. Plug the sauce. Plug the sauce. Good idea. Thank you for saying plug the sauce. Stokely Sauce. That's me. Look at this. That's me. Texas, smoky. Carolina vinegar. Kansas City sweet. California spicy. ScottStokely.net. Buy all 4 bottles. And you save money. You practically make money when you buy all 4 bottles. I don't know. That's usually how they spin it in marketing. Like, I got 2% cash back when I used my credit card. I made money buying things on credit. I don't know. But the sauce is available at ScottStokely.net. They make great gifts. Labor Day's coming up. Never saw me park a truck, seen you park some discs. I can do that. Laughing at you, not with you. I know. It's so bad. Goodfellas, thank you for getting the reference. I wasn't actually offended at saying I was a funny guy. Much love. Thank you. Easy there, Pesci. Okay. Good night to both of you. Good night, Michelle. Love you. Clay Parker just got here. You got barbecue sauce now? Yeah, I just announced it. ScottStokely.net. 4 flavors. They are fantastic. They're so delicious, and hopefully, I hope they do really well because they're really good. Is it correct that you need more arm speed to throw distance drivers correctly with high speed numbers? I'm still a beginner, so curious what disc to use. My record is about 96 meters. It's pretty subjective as far as when you're supposed to throw it, but I'll tell you that if you're not throwing 350, 375 at the least feet, so 110 meters, 115 meters, high-speed drivers, they're not going to really work well for you. They won't fly farther for you. And if they do, they have a very unpredictable, squirrely flight because they run out of spin and they fade hard. So a speed 7, 8, 9 disc is going to fly better for you until you get to about 350 feet. That's when you start introducing higher speed drivers. It's not a rule. It's just kind of just the reality as far as what you're going to score better with. Ripple, try a strike. I've been away from disc golf for a long time. Do new long-range drivers fly farther these days? Yes, if you throw fast. Depends on how long you've been gone. But high-speed drivers at high speeds fly way farther than discs at lower speeds used to. I mean, the discs that I was setting world records with, X-Clones and X2s back in the mid-90s, like, they were the farthest flying discs at the time. They're borderline mid-range discs now. Like, they're like halfway between a mid-range and a driver, and they were the farthest flying thing out. They're not even close to a high-speed disc. All right. Let's see. I am going to, let's see, a couple things. Is it weird that I throw lefty backhand, but I'm right-handed? I just made a video about that, Art. Go check out my YouTube channel. It's not weird. It applies to about 2% of players, and I gave you the solve for it. Man goes broke. What do you think about Johnny McRae winning Masters of a heart attack? It's amazing, right? I think it's fantastic. It's a credit to all the doctors and all the people that put him back together. It's amazing the time we live in, that somebody could have a heart attack and there's people out there that could repair him. John's a good guy. Him and his wife, good people. So everybody's happy for him. It's wonderful. And to come back and win is like, that's next level, because he came back from, like, he was back and alive, but not doing well for a while. So it's pretty impressive. Are all the autograph discs blue, or did I miss out on the white ones? I think that might be all that's left. Whatever's on the site's all that's left.
Whatever's signed, yeah.
Really glad you're doing well. My age has caught up to my game, but C will not stop me, and I will keep trying. But C will not stop me. Oh, gotcha. Oh, the big C. Look at my age has caught my game, but C will not stop me and keep on trying. Dude, yeah, if that's something you're dealing with, my heart goes out to you. I'm at that age where, like, every time I get sick, I wonder if that's it. You know, it's one of our realities. It's not a great reality. So I hope you pull through it. Definitely don't stop trying. I think mentally, if you give up, you have no chance. If you don't mentally give up, it can still get you, but it might not. I think if you give up, I think it does. So you got to keep going. Yep. Meter, 7-speed, mustard. My foreign distance is with the bottom stamp braid. I'm right-handed and want to start practicing using my left to throw both back and forward, so whatever works for you. Yeah, definitely just check out the that video I just made. I think it's going to be really helpful. All right, I'm about ready to get to sleep here. One last, health is wealth. Praying for you. Thank you. Thanks for what you do for autism. My brother's Asperger's, and that's my brother, my best friend. Thank you. You're very welcome. And I didn't know Johnny McRae. Yeah, Johnny McRae is doing good, though. Can't find another disc that compares with the Wraith for forehand distance. Any suggestions? Well, if you can't find one that compares with it, keep throwing the Wraith. That was easy. How many rounds a week do I throw? I don't throw rounds of golf. I work on shots. So I'll go out to a course, and I'll practice throws. I'll throw a hole one time. I'll throw it 8 times. I'll throw it 0 times. A 700-foot wide open hole, there's no need to even practice. It's just a throw. But I don't play rounds. I'm on tour, so I'm always at the next town preparing for the course. But I'm trying to figure out the shots that I need for that tournament, and that sometimes means playing the same hole a bunch of times. It might mean playing the hole once, but I'm definitely not like keeping score. All right, last plug, and then I'll go. Go check out the sauce at scottstokely.net. There's also tour series discs and books and all sorts of stuff. Yep. Thank you, man. Stokely Sauce, barbecue sauce. We got Texas smoky, Carolina vinegar, Kansas City sweet, California spicy. They're delicious. You can buy all 4 as a gift or for Labor Day or for yourself. I don't know. Just there's plenty of reasons to buy my sauce. I don't want you to buy them because you want to support the work I'm doing with autism or because I'm this guy on tour. Buy them because they're good. By the time you buy all 4 and you pay shipping, it's in the ballpark of like any other good barbecue sauce. They're not, I mean, they're more expensive than that $2 crap sauce you might get like in Walmart. But I mean, as far as good sauce, they're priced competitively and they're good. So if you like barbecue sauce, give them a try. You will like them. I mean, at least I think you will. All right. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Dan. Love you, dude. Always great to hear from you, buddy. And all right. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to log out.